So today we're gonna be learning wheelies. Hell yeah. So I know everybody wants to learn wheelies. You know, you have a motorcycle, summertime is here, you want to go impress the ladies and shit. You want to, you know, show off to your buddies that you can do wheelies and shit. And so I'm gonna teach you guys today how to do a wheelie properly, how to do it without wrecking, and how to do it in control. I have a lot of experience with wheelies. I've been doing them since I was probably 15. I had a pit bike when I was 15, maybe even younger, like 14. But I've been doing wheelies for a while now, and I know a lot about them, and I know how to do them. I know how to do it in control, and so follow my advice. And oh shit, that's gasoline on the ground. Holy crap, that's all gasoline. You can smell it. That's fucked up. So let's get started, man. So pretty much what you're gonna do is get going. It really depends what bike you have, but on this bike, I like to do it as slow as possible. I like to slow down to about, I'd say, 10 miles an hour. And then you just clutch it up, man. That was just me riding it out. Now, I'm gonna start off by saying this. There's two different ways to, so let's just start by saying this, all right? You gotta use the rear brake. The rear brake is gonna save your ass when you're doing a wheelie. What's gonna happen is you're gonna clutch it up, and if you go too far back, you're gonna hit the rear brake. Now, I personally like to not only use it as an emergency, not only when I go too far back, I like to purposely bring my bike past balance point. And balance point is that point that you're going beyond the point that the bike wants to be balanced. So you're pretty much going beyond that point, and you're actually falling backwards pretty much. And I like to use the rear brake, go beyond balance point and use the rear brake. And I think you guys should do that too, because that's the most controlled way to do it. A lot of people say, you know, just cover the rear brake, and you know, covering it's one thing. You're pretty much always covering the rear brake. Your foot's pretty much always over that rear brake. The trouble is going to be actually getting yourself to hit it when you do go too far back. So the way I like to learn is actually use it in a wheelie. And I've looped a bike probably more times than any of you have ever even seen a guy loop a bike. I've looped a bike, I'd say 10 times. I've looped a motorcycle like 10 times not in a row. I've looped a bike 10 times. They're all different bikes, but it really sucks when you loop it. You wreck your whole tail, you do a bunch of crap. Just don't be that guy that rides a wheelie out and has his foot fucking over here. All right, put your foot over the rear brake, and I'm gonna teach you guys how to use it. All right, so back to the clutch up. Pretty much what you're gonna do is you're gonna get going on like a WR250R, which is like a dirt bike. I'd say like 18 to 20 miles an hour in second gear, and clutch it up. Now this bike cannot do a clutch up in second gear. It just won't do it, and I'll show you guys what I mean. All right, so I'm in first gear right now, and what I'm gonna do is literally just, see how it just comes right up? All right, that's first gear. Now this is second gear. It just does not have the guts to do it, man. And I've tried as hard as I can. It can't do a second gear wheelie. So for this bike, you gotta do it in first. Most bikes, I'd recommend second because it's a lot less torquey. But first gear is always safer because it's slower, all right? So remember that. So we're gonna pop a wheelie right here, and I'm going to bring it up to balance point and use the rear brake, all right? All right, so right here, I'm gonna bring the wheelie actually past balance point and then hit the rear brake. Now I'm not riding it out yet. All right, so if you saw there, what I did is I brought the wheelie up and then I hit balance point, but instead of hitting the rear brake there, I brought the wheelie all the way past balance point, probably about 2 or 3 inches, and then I hit the rear brake again. And that's what you want to be doing, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna hit it, it's gonna bring you back to balance point, and then it's gonna bring you back down again. All right, so we'll do one more, and I'll show you guys that again. What I'm doing is I'm bringing it up, hitting balance point, and then bring it a little bit past balance point until I feel like I'm gonna fall back. Then I hit the rear brake, just a little tap, right? You're not riding the rear brake, you're not slamming the rear brake. If you slam the rear brake, it's gonna cause you to mousetrap. All you're doing is just giving it a little tap. And if it helps you guys out a little bit, practice hitting the rear brake and tapping it when you're not even riding. When you're not even riding a wheelie. All right, here we go. All right, so that's a wheelie right there, boy. Bringing it up to balance point, using the rear brake, bringing it back down. And just do that over and over again, and eventually you'll get the hang of it. Like I said, don't do it on public streets yet. You know, just keep it in an area like I'm at, where there's, you know, not people to bother you, there's not cops to bother you, and eventually you will get the hang of it. Believe me, guys. I personally don't even do wheelies on the street. I don't like to do wheelies on the street. It's too risky. You know, if you fall off and a car is there, it's gonna get you in trouble, man. So just stay in an area where there's not a lot of people, not a lot of cars, no traffic, and eventually you'll just get that wheelie vibe, man. And that, my friend, is a wheelie, man. It's that simple. Go out, have fun, do your wheelies, and I'll catch you guys in the next video, all right?